challenge to the leader of the Progressive Labour Party tonight. You lost by a resounding margin.
Yes.
What is the next step for you?
Well, my next step is what my step was beforehand, to be a strong member of the Progressive Labour Party, to work vigorously for the interests of the people of Bermuda, and continue to fight on all the major issues that we have to fight on. We had a democratic process. Mark Bean was duly and emphatically elected by the delegates. I respect the process. I respect the decision, and we move on from there.
But the fact that you mounted a challenge to Mr. Bean's leadership would in fact indicate that you weren't satisfied with his leadership. So how can you say that you're going to be a committed member of the party now?
Sure. You had put that interpretation on the issue. The fact of the matter is that the position was made vacant tonight, and the position was open for people to put their names forward. It was not so much a challenge as was the fact that there was an opportunity for any member of Parliament to put their name forward. I did so. I sought the position. I lost through a democratic process, and I respect the process.
Do you think you can be a committed supporter to Mr. Bean now?
Oh, without question. I am a committed member of the Progressive Labour Party, have been so for more than 30 years, and there's no reason why I would not continue to do so.
Mr. Bean suggested that there was a document that was circulated, a transcript of a conversation that he allegedly had with the One Bermuda Alliance member, Miss Nandy Davis, or Outerbridge, can't remember her name. Do you know anything about that and how it would have gotten to the public domain?
Right. I've heard of that document. I have not seen it, but I know that there was mention made of it. I have not seen that document.
Why did you challenge Mr. Bean?
As I said earlier, Mr. Johnson, I put my name forward as part of the democratic process, and I respect the outcome.
What was the argument to the delegates?
That, for myself?
Yeah, the gist of it.
That my argument was that I believe I have the wherewithal to be able to get us back into power, and I have a particular vision for the party, but the delegates have spoken, and all of that is immaterial at this point.
Do you think that Mr. Bean has the wherewithal to return the party to power?
Of course. We have a very strong team. Our leader is the leader of that team, and we will work as a team to put ourselves back in power.
How did your vision differ from Mr. Bean's?
Well, I'm not going to get into all of the internal party issues. That was a discussion we had inside, and the delegates have made a decision. That's the most important outcome.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
So just one last question.
Sure.
Were there any resolutions that came up this night from the delegates there that you'd be able to share with us?
I'm not the public relations person for the party, so the appropriate person will release that information at the appropriate time.
Do you think that the PLP is stronger as a result of tonight's vote?
Without question. We had a process that exemplified a strong democratic tradition. That process works smoothly, and we have a result that has credibility. And so the outcome is as democratic as you could get.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Mr. Bean, first of all, congratulations on retaining the leadership of the Progressive Labour Party. Mr. Brown has indicated his support for you as leader, and he will remain a committed member of the Progressive Labour Party. Accepting that?
Absolutely. I'm a team player, and the way our party has become the most effective opposition in decades in this country is because of that team spirit that has been cultivated, and that's one of my responsibilities as a leader. And I understand and recognize the talents that each of my colleagues possess, and I try to deploy or utilize them to the best of their ability. And MP Brown, MP Weeks is no exception. I'm very proud to be the leader of my parliamentary caucus, inclusive of granting the exercise of constitutional right to put their name forward for leaders.
You've been given a huge mandate by the delegates here tonight. What is your first order of business going forward?
To continue strengthening the party and improving our outreach with the people of this country, holding the One Bermuda Alliance to account, and preparing ourselves to be the most viable alternative government to what the people of this country is currently experiencing. So even though we had a challenge according to our Constitution, we were never distracted from the work at hand. And I could just imagine at this point that the Premier, Michael Dunkley, must be turning in his sleep, knowing that the PLP is getting stronger and stronger. And we will be, with the Afro-Podian and the cooperative spirit of all the people, government in the next election. Thanks.
was the argument to the delegates as to why you should retain the leadership?
That's none of your business, to be honest. That's something that membership has privileges, and being a delegate is one of the highest privileges. And so I don't think myself or any of my colleagues will share with the public what we express to the delegates. It's internal, and it will remain internal.
Mr. Booth? You've been elected the deputy leader of the Progressive Labour Party here. What is going to be the first order of business for you?
First order of business is the first and only order of business is to follow the directions of the leader of the party and follow the wishes of the central committee of the party and work to make sure that we become the next government. That's it.
Did you have the support of the former deputy leader, Mr. Derek Burgess, in this regard?
I won't speak to what support happened. All I can say is that the delegates have spoken, and it's time for us to get to work.
Earlier today, I asked you, Mr. Bean, whether the new faces that we're seeing added to the leadership of the party, the new candidate that was announced today, Jamal Simmons, whether this is a change of the old guard to the new for the Progressive Labour Party. Now you have Mr. Booth as your new deputy leader. Care to answer that question again?
It's not a change from old to new, because as a party, we represent the community. And the community is representative of our elders who have the wisdom and experience of life to be passed on to the young people to avoid the mistakes that others have made in the past. And so there's continuity. There's no generation gap within the Progressive Labour Party. While I welcome young, energetic, and able-bodied men and women to join the party and step up to the higher echelons of leadership, there's no way that we will discard the wisdom and energy that's already been brought forth by our elders. And so I just think that the Progressive Labour Party is striking the perfect balance to become the next government of this country.
Mr. Booth, what do you see yourself bringing to the position of deputy leader?
Gary, it's just a matter of hard work and making sure the party is ready. That's all we can do.